Hi, I'm Dr. Karen Pasco, and this is a second chakra yoga practice. The second chakra resides above the tailbone below the navel. The root chakra, the first chakra, establishes physical existence. The second chakra brings in energy of movement. So the first chakra establishes your life. The second chakra teaches you how to live your life. So it encompasses energies of emotions, feelings, creativity, and passion. Physically, the energy is in the hip region. And so a lot of this practice is going to be about creating movement and fluidity within the hips. I have set this practice to be about a level 1.5 with a couple suggestions to either go up or down in intensity as you like. I don't have any props specifically to use here, but feel free to grab whatever you typically like when you're doing your yoga practice. And of course, you can watch the whole thing straight through so that you know what we're going to be doing and then choose what might assist you in your postures. So when you're ready, grab the stuff you want, roll out your yoga mat, and we shall begin. We're going to start this practice standing, and we're going to begin with the palm tree series to start to warm up. So bring your feet about hip distance apart and establish yourself in mountain pose. And when you're ready with an inhale, at the inhale, sweep your arms up, interlock your fingers at the top here, point up, and with an exhale, take a side stretch. Inhale, come back up center, and exhale to the other side. Inhale, back center, and exhale into a vertical twist, dropping one arm forward, one back, and look to the back hand. Inhale the arms back up and vertical twist the other way. Hip bones stay roughly forward as you're taking this twist. We're warming up our spines first. Inhale, sweep arms up. And with an exhale, open your arms wide, shoulder height, flex your wrists, spread your fingers, and a big inhale, firm press 2 walls away. As you exhale, release your hands behind your back, interlock your fingers. With an inhale, open that heart space, draw your shoulder blades together, and with your exhale, hinge at the hips, letting the arms drop over. Relaxing here for a moment, taking a breath, and then release the arms down. And when you're ready with your next inhale, at that inhale, sweep you back up, stretch up, reach up, and exhale, release. That's one palm tree series. We're going to do 2 more. Inhale, sweep up, interlock the fingers, point up, and with your exhale, take a side stretch. Again, with second chakra, it's ease of movement. Inhale up, and exhale the other side. So take your time, feel the fluidity of the movements. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, vertical twist, gazing towards the back thumb. Inhale, arms up, and exhale, twist the other way. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, open your arms shoulder height, flex the wrists, spread the fingers. Inhale, firm press 2 walls away, lengthening from the wrists and the shoulders through the elbows, all the joints. Exhale, release here. Inhale, lift up through the heart, draw your shoulder blades together, and with an exhale, hinge forward. Relaxing through the whole spine, letting the arms drop over, and if you need extra stretch here, squeeze the palms towards one another, and then release the arms down, and with a big inhale, sweep up, stretch up. Exhale, release. We're going to go through it one more time. Hopefully you can already start to feel the circulation and fluid energy starting to move in your body. With an inhale, sweep up. Reach up, point up, and exhale, side stretch. Inhale, back center, and exhale to the other side. The palm tree series stands alone as its own practice, but it's also an excellent warm-up. Exhale, vertical twist. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, twist the other way. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, arms shoulder height, flex the wrists, spread the fingers, and again, that inhale creates space. Release tension and tightness. Exhale, release the hands down. Inhale, open that heart space, and exhale, hinge forward, relaxing the head and neck. Taking a nice deep breath here. This time, we're going to release the hands down, and then we're going to walk back into a downward facing dog. So walk back into the downward facing dog and give yourself a moment to settle in. Fingers are spread, pointers are pointed forward, tailbone is lifting up as the heels are dropping. And we're going to take some gentle fluid movement in this downward dog for a moment. Pedal the heels, shift the hips, move in any way that feels good to your body. We could almost call this practice the juicy hips practice. That completely aligns with second chakra energy. And then we're going to come down to the tabletop. From here, we're going to take hip circles. So inhale here at the top, and as you exhale, drop your hips over to one side, circle them back and around, and inhale up the other side to complete the circle. Now you'll notice we're going to do it 2 more times. Exhale to one side and inhale up. We're moving through wrists and shoulders, hips and knees. This is a wonderful joint release exercise. And then pause at the top here. We're going to reverse. So inhale here. Exhale, drop the hips over to the other side. Circle back and around, gently, fluidly moving through all the joints. Good. Nice deep breath. One more. And then pausing back here at the top, we're going to lower onto our bellies. So lay down onto your belly, and we're going into a deeper quad stretch to open the front of the leg to the hip. So from here, you can fold your left arm in, bend your right leg, reach back for foot or ankle. Draw that heel down towards your hip. You can relax your head down if you like here as you're enjoying this lower body stretch. And if you do need more on this, keep the hip bones pressed into the floor, but you can lift the knee a little bit. That's going to draw a deeper stretch if that feels right in your body. And then release that leg, and we're coming into half frog. So bring that right leg up to a right angle, flexing the foot, letting the hips sink down. Words like soft, fluid, easeful, all align with the second chakra energy. And then release that leg back out. And we'll set that up for the other side. So bend your left leg in, reach back for foot or ankle. Draw the heel down towards your hip. And again, if you need that little extra, lift the knee, but keep the hip bones, the pelvis level on the floor. Good alignment, again, is important when you're practicing. It opens up the proper energy channels, so prana, so energy can flow as optimally as possible. And then release that leg down and bring that leg into the half frog. And you'll notice we're not holding anything too long in this practice. The root chakra was about stability. And in any yoga practice, it's stability before movement. So we did stability work in the first chakra practice, and now we get to do a little more fluid movement in this one. And then release that leg back out. And here we're going to take 3 low flows, but we're going to use king cobra in our low flow. So set up for a cobra pose, rolling the shoulders back, pointing the elbows back. But as you inhale, come into the cobra, bend your knees, draw your toes towards your head. And then exhale, release the whole body. Inhale to tabletop, and exhale to downward facing dog. Taking a deep breath here. And we're going to do that 2 more times. So inhale to tabletop. Exhale the belly to the floor. Inhale, king cobra. Draw the toes in. Feel that whole release on the body. Exhale, release. Inhale to tabletop. And exhale to downward facing dog. Taking a deep breath here. And 1 more time. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, belly down. Inhale, king cobra. And exhale, release. Inhale to tabletop. And exhale back to downward facing dog for one last little stretch right here of the back of the legs, back side of the body. And then come back to a tabletop position. We're going to set up for a hip release here. So extend, I'm going to turn the other way. We'll start on the right side. Just keep it pretty classic. Extend your right leg straight out to the side. So your ankle, knee are aligned with the hip. And then you're going to take an inhale and you're going to sweep your right arm up, twisting and turning your gaze to look at that hand. And then as you exhale, you're going to twist back, reaching underneath your left arm, continuing to gaze towards the hand, so the whole spine twists. And again, inhale, sweep up and open, all the way from the heart to the fingertips. And exhale, roll and reach through. 1 more. Big inhale, sweep and stretch open. And exhale, roll through. Good. And then come back into a hand down position, and then extend your right leg straight behind you, flex the foot, and drop the toes over to the left side. This is called C curl. So we're going to curl around and gaze back at the toes on the opposite side. So you're stretching and opening that whole side of your body, especially on the outer side of the hip. And you want that foot straight up and down. That's going to give you stretch all the way into the ankle. And then the knee comes back into tabletop. And we're going to flow one neutralizing cow and cat here. So inhale for cow, exhale for cat, and back to a flat back. And we're going to go on to the other side. So from tabletop, left leg stretches straight out. The ankle, knee, hip, all in a nice same straight line. Inhale, sweep the left arm up and open. Flex the wrists, spread the fingers. And exhale, roll through. 2 more, just like that, nice and fluid and smooth. Take space from the heart to the fingertips and roll through, feeling that release through the inner side of the leg. 1 more time. Big inhale. And exhale, roll through. And then hand goes back for the tabletop setup, and extend that left leg straight behind you. Flex the foot and drop the toes to the opposite side across your body. Curl around, gaze back at that toes or heel, opening this whole outside of the body. Back to tabletop. Flow one spine neutralizing cow and cat. Inhale for cow. Exhale for cat. Back to a flat back. And we're coming up to a kneeling pose here. From here, we're going to set up gate pose. Gate is very similar to triangle pose, but it's from a kneeling position. So the energy is taken down just a little bit on that. So from kneeling position, you're going to extend your right leg straight out with toes and knees pointed up. So again, everything's nice and aligned. Ankle, knee, hip. Tailbone is slightly tucked to keep an openness through the hips. You can start with arms nice and wide here, and the right hand's going to go down. We're going to fluidly move from gate into half circle. So right hand goes down, left palm turns up. Inhale, reach up and over. Take your time with these breaths. Draw them nice and long. And with the exhale, the left hand goes down and right hand comes up and over. You can gaze up into that arm reaching up. And then again, inhaling, coming up. Gate pose. Exhale into half circle. A nice sweeping wave-like motion, coordinated with the breath, and keep that energy flowing as you go through this pose. Again, second chakra, movement, ease, graceful poses. 1 more time. And then we're going to come back up to that kneeling position. So bring your right leg in. We're going to take 2 upper body releases. From here, interlock your fingers, turn your palms forward, and with an inhale, press the hands forward, round out the back. Let that inhale fill the lungs and give an extra stretch on the inner muscles of the upper back. And then come back to a neutral posture. Now hands go to your low back. Fingers point up if you have that wrist range. If not, point them down. Shoulders roll back, draw the shoulder blades back, draw the elbows back, and with an inhale, we're taking a modified camel. So inhale, lift the heart, relax the head and neck, and slowly come back up. Same for the other side. Left leg stretches out, setting up gate. Toes and knees are pointed up. Arms can start up if you like. Left hand goes down, right palm comes up, and when you're ready with that inhale, ease into gate. Feel that nice stretch. We're just visiting edges here. Exhale, release out. Half circle. Left arm comes up and over. Turn your gaze up into that arm. 2 more times. Inhale, come up, nice and fluid. Gate pose, ease into an edge. And exhale, release out. Up and over. 1 more time. Nice and smooth and fluid. Coordinating with your breath, which you, of course, honor and adjust how it feels best in your body. There's not a hard right or wrong with that. And then come back up to the neutral posture. Renew those 2 upper body stretches again. So interlock your fingers, turn your palms forward with an inhale. Inhale fills the lungs, gives those inner muscles a little more stretch. And then release. We'll set up modified camel. Hands to low back, shoulders roll back and down. With an inhale, lift up through the heart, draw the shoulder blades together, relax, and back to neutral. We're going to come back over to tabletop. Take an inhale here in the tabletop, and as you exhale, make your way to downward dog. Taking a moment here, taking a breath, and then walk your feet up to your hands, settling into a standing forward fold. And when you're ready with an inhale, sweep up, stretch up, reach up, and exhale, release. We're going to take 2 flow patterns. The first one is a crescent lunge and a runner's lunge. So when you're ready with an inhale, sweep up, stretch up. Exhale, wide arms, swan dive into the forward fold. When you're ready, take a giant step back with your left leg into a low crescent lunge. Dropping the knee down, relaxing the foot, and then sweep the arms up into that crescent lunge. If it feels better to have your toes curled for a little more connection and stability, feel free to do that. Bending into that front knee, knees positioned right over the ankle as best that you can. Tailbone is slightly tucked. Even a tiny adjustment of that tailbone is going to feel a release in the hip flexors. And then from here, we're going to bring the hands to the back of the head. We're going to give a little love to our upper back, our shoulders here. Again, second chakra is all joints. It's just primarily hips. And then with an inhale, draw those shoulder blades to the back side of your body, slightly together, elbows open, gaze turns slightly up, and you're pressing your fingers into your head and your head into the fingers to activate some of those upper back muscles. And then you can release your hands up. And then they come down inside the front foot. Toe heel this front foot out. So just kind of walk it out to the outer edge of your mat. And then curl the back toes under and lift through the back leg for a runner's lunge. Now you absolutely can keep this back knee down here, but you can see the front leg is slightly open, creating more space for the hips. You can bring that right hand on top of the right thigh, shoulder blades draw down, and take a little twist into that leg, if that feels good in your body. And then unwind back out, toe heel back in line, and then step back to downward facing dog. From here, walk your feet to your hands. And then let's finish. Inhale, come up, stretch up. Finish this section and release down. Not finish this practice. We got wonderful, juicy stuff to do still. Okay, inhale, sweep up. I'm going to turn this way. Exhale, swan dive. From here, walk it back with the right leg. So left leg is forward, dropping the knee, relaxing the foot, and sweep up into that low crescent lunge. Hips are gently sinking down. So there's small movements here. Tailbone slightly tucked, front knees right over that front ankle. And then hands move to the back of the head. Inhale, draw those elbows open, press the fingers in the head, head into the fingers. This really helps undo the rounded shoulders that we get from leaning over our devices. It's basically the remedy for that. So strengthen, activate, send some energy into those muscles. And then hands come up and down inside the front foot. Toe heel out. And then feel free to lift through the back leg. You can keep the back knee down. You can bring the left hand up to the left thigh now. Shoulders go down and back and take a twist. And we just want to do that to make sure our spine is nice and long and we're not crunching our spine as we twist. So long spine, take that delicious twist. The sense that's associated specifically with second chakra is taste. So it's lovely to use some taste adjectives here, like this delicious twist. And then come back center, toe heel back in line, and step back to the downward facing dog. From here, walk your feet to your hands. And with an inhale, sweep up, stretch up, and release back down. We have one more flow series to do. So when you're ready with an inhale, sweep up. Exhale, swan dive. From here, again, we're going to take a giant step back with the left leg landing in a warrior one pose. So left leg goes back, foot plants down, and rise through your warrior one. Bending into that front knee. Hips are pointed forward in here, and then we're going to move into warrior two, pivoting slightly, open that back foot, hips open with that foot, arms drop parallel to the floor, and the gaze turns back over the lead fingers. Knee is right out over that ankle, kind of aimed out over the toes, tailbone slightly tucked so we have that opening of the hips. From here, reverse warrior, back hand drops down, front palm turns up, reach up and over. Keep that nice bend in the front knee as you reach up and over. We're lifting out of the hips. And then extended side angle, top arm now comes to front thigh, back arm sweeps up and over, turning the gaze into the arm reaching up. We're not holding too long. And then take that left hand, bring it down inside that front foot, pivot up on the back toe, and sweep the right hand up. And then both hands come down. Drop your back heel. We're rising again into a warrior one just to move through. Ease into a warrior two for a nice smooth transition. And then into five-pointed star. So quick check here, make sure your heels are aligned so the pelvis is level. And then we're going to bend the knees into a yoga squat. Knees are aimed out right over that middle toe, or sorry, that big toe, tailbone sitting down. Bring your hands down to your thighs. Hinge at the hips slightly and dip your left shoulder in as you roll your right shoulder up, turning your head with that twist. Come back center and twist the other way. Yes, we can use the word delicious here too. This twist is just lovely. And then come back center, sweep back to five-pointed star. Bring your feet parallel to one another. Open the arms wide. Hinge at the hips with a flat back, easing into a wide angle forward fold. Hands come down. Let the crown of the head point towards the floor for a moment to get that good stretch. And then flatten out your back, walking your hands slightly forward. Left hand goes underneath your nose, and with an inhale, right hand sweeps up. Exhale, release. Switching sides, inhale, left hand up. Exhale, release. Walk it back to the forward fold, and we're going to gently flow out. Inhale, sweep up, five-pointed star. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, warrior one. And exhale, release. Stepping back to a downward facing dog. And then let's do a king cobra here. Drop the knees to the floor. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, the king cobra. Exhale, release it. Inhale to tabletop. And exhale back to downward facing dog. Now from here, walk your feet back to your hands. And with an inhale, sweep up, stretch up. And exhale, release. Feels pretty good through the hips. We're going to do that on the other side, other lead leg. Shoulders back and down. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, swan dive. From here, giant step back with the right leg into a warrior one. So right leg steps back, foot plants down, and rise through that warrior one, pressing into the ground as you're reaching up. Right through the body, up, and then easing into a warrior two, pivoting the hips and the back foot, arms parallel to the floor, and the gaze turns back over the fingers. Reverse warrior, you can wrap that back arm behind your back. Inhale, reach up and over. Keep that bend in the front knee. We often want to come out of it when we're reaching up, but we want to keep that solid foundation here and move out of the hips. Front forearm to front thigh. Back arm sweeps up and over. And then revolved extended side angle. Top hand comes down, pivoting up onto the back toes, continuing to spiral the body, reaching up with the left arm. And then hands come back down. Drop the back heel, rise to warrior one. Flow into warrior two. Continue on to five-pointed star. Taking a moment to make sure the heels are aligned. We want good pelvic alignment here. And then drop into yoga squat. Hands come down. Let's take that delicious twist. Dip your left shoulder in, you roll your right shoulder up, follow that twist. Back center, twist the other way. Back center, inhale, sweep up, five-pointed star. Bring your feet parallel to one another. Open the arms wide, hinge at the hips. Softly moving into that wide angle forward fold, letting the crown of the head drop so the whole spine is released and relaxed. And then flatten that back out. Left hand moves right underneath your nose, right hand sweeps up and comes down. Switch sides. Left hand and back down. Walk your hands back in. Inhale, sweep up, stretch up, and let's flow out. Warrior 2. Warrior 1. Hands come down. Step back to downward facing dog. Taking a deep breath here. Drop the knees to the floor. And we're coming into a seated pose, going into Baddha Konasana, bound angle pose. So bring the bottoms of the feet together. Tailbones rooted down. Spine is nice and straight. Lifting up out of the hips. You can move the knees. You can stay in some gentle movement. You can grab onto your toes. Just make sure you don't pull your feet up. You want to keep them nice and neutral. And then you can start to hinge at the hips, deepening the stretch. Trying to keep the spine straight as long as you can, but feel free to relax the head and neck, turning the gaze down. You can also press your elbows into your low legs a bit to give yourself a little more release. And then let's come back out of that. And let's cross the legs, either leg in front. We're going to give some love to our upper back. Shoulders back and down, spine's nice and straight. We're going to head into eagle arms to release the upper back. So from this position, extend your arms straight out in front of you at shoulder height. Wrap your right arm underneath your left, twisting around into eagle arms. If this is not available in your body, simply give yourself a nice hug with the same top and bottom arm. Shoulders are back and down. We're going to do some gentle movement. So with an inhale, slowly lift up through the elbows. Let your eyes follow the fingers. And exhale, bring the elbows back to the shoulders. Inhale, draw the arms over to the right. So right arm is beneath. We're going to draw across and back center. Now take an inhale here. As you exhale, draw your belly in and round into that space, dropping your chin. And then slowly ease back up. Unwind your arms, spread your eagle arms, flex the wrists, and then bring your hands behind you. Fingers point away, shoulders roll back and down. We're doing a nice counter pose, so the opposite energy. Shoulders draw back, lift up the heart, relax the head and neck. And then back to neutral. And we're going to do the same for the other side, the other top arm. So arms stretch back out. This time, left arm goes underneath, twisting into eagle arms. Shoulders are down. Elbows start to lift with an inhale. Just gentle movement here, adding a little bit more sensation. Sensations are about the second chakra. And then elbows back in line. Draw the arms over to the left. Now the left arm's on the bottom, so it's drawing the arms across. You're feeling that deeper stretch. Back center. Inhale here. Exhale, draw the belly in. Curl into that space. Tuck your chin. And one big inhale for a little more stretch. And then slowly come back up. Opening those arms, eagle wings. Hands go behind, fingers point away. Shoulders roll back and down with an inhale. Lift up through the heart. Relax the head and neck. And back center. Good. As like I said, the second chakra is about all the joints, even though the primary energy is in the hips, and ease of movement through the hips is really important to balance second chakra. So now we're going to give a little more attention to neck, another area of our joints. So shoulders are back and down, spine's nice and straight. With an inhale, stretch even taller. And as you exhale, draw your chin in, lifting up through the back of the neck. So you're creating length as you turn that gaze down. And then inhale, lift back up. This time, go a little higher. Lift the chin, let the eyes continue to follow the path, and exhale, chin to chest. Lengthening up through the back of the neck. You should feel a nice release in the upper backs, especially with our lifestyles these days. One more time. Inhale, lift up, stretch up, shoulders are down. Right out through the top of the head. And then exhale, chin to chest, lengthening up through the back of the neck. Now keep your chin here, and as your next inhale, gently swing your head over to one side, like a quarter roll. And exhale, roll back center, and inhale, quarter roll to the other side. Exhale, back center. We're gonna do that 2 more times each side. Nice and gentle. Second chakra, ease of movement. Continuing to focus on that movement. We're not holding anything too long, just enough to feel the sensation of it, to feel the energy shift from tightness to release. And then bringing your head and neck back neutral. We'll do a couple shoulder rolls. Good. Now from here, we're gonna roll down onto our backs. So support yourself as you gently roll down onto your back. Relaxing for a moment once you have contact with the floor. And we're going to start with figure 4, which is essentially upside down pigeon. A second chakra practice would be amiss to not have a pigeon. And because I'm keeping this at a level 1.5, I'm doing an upside down pigeon rather than a regular prone one. So cross your right leg over your left. Let that knee drop open. Bring the knees towards your chest. Find something to hold your knees here. So you can grab behind the thigh, over the shin, or if you did have a strap, you can of course use that, lasso it around the leg to draw in. Gently press your tailbone down towards the floor as you draw the hips in. And if you want even more sensation, take your right hand and gently press against the inside of your right knee as you're drawing the knees in. That's going to open up that hip even a little bit more. But listening to your body, always listen to your body. It has requests for more or less or completely different, and honor those requests. And then release the left foot down. Straighten the left leg out and bring that right knee up towards your chest. Draw the knee in a little bit more. From here, bring your hands to your back of your thigh and start to straighten that leg. Now, don't worry if this leg is not going straight. Hamstrings tend to be pretty tough and rigid, and we are trying to release them. But take a couple rolls of the ankles here. We're giving the ankle, we're trying to get through all the joints. And we did with the hip circles, but ankles sometimes get left out. So here they are. A little bit of fluid movement through the ankle or the foot. And then bend that knee back down. Place the inside of the right foot against the inside of the left leg and let the knee drop open for a reclining tree posture. And take a deep breath. Try to soften through the hips. Relaxing through the whole body. Creating some release. Energy of the second chakra is that ability to let go, to flow through things and feelings without tight attachments. So practicing that letting go, that surrender. And then bring your right knee back up. Place your left hand on that knee and draw the knee across for a knee down twist. From here, your right arm can stretch straight out from your shoulder with palm up, and you can turn your head to look out at that hand reaching out so your whole spine is in a nice twist from the base to the top. And then roll back center. And let's do a centering stretch here. With an inhale, reach up, stretching from fingers to toes. And exhale, release the arms down, bending knees back in, setting up figure 4 or upside down pigeon on the other side. So left leg crosses over. Bring the knees towards your chest. Find the grip that holds them there, but then mindfully press the tailbone towards the floor, making sure that pelvis is nice and neutral, so good alignment. And again, good alignment is to open up channels of energy so energy can flow, whether that's in because we need it or out because there's a block. And then from here, lower the leg down, right leg comes down, left knee comes up to your chest, and then straighten out the right leg, hug that left knee in. From here into reclining tree. So left inside of the foot meets the left side of the inside of the right leg, and that knee drops open. You can release your hands down. Taking a moment, take a breath. Use an exhale to just see how much you can let go for a moment. Softening, surrendering. And then point the left knee up. Right hand grabs that left knee and draws it across your body. Left arm can stretch out. Turn your gaze to look out at the left hand. So you're in that full spinal twist. So knees to the right, turn to the left. And then roll back center. With an inhale, take a centering stretch with arms up, legs long, making sure everything is nice and aligned, and then arms go along your sides, and we're going into our final pose, which is Supta Baddha Konasana, reclining bound angle. So press the bottoms of the feet together as you slide the heels up and let the knees drop open. Now, if this is too intense on your hips, you can place blocks or pillows underneath your legs, or you can just gently put your hands there and give a little extra support to the legs. And if you like that sensation, then surrender into it. We're only staying for a moment, but take a deep breath and feel that openness energy flowing through the hips. This is a lot of work for the hips to create that release. So this is the moment to do the mind-body integration. Feel what's happened as a result of your effort. Feel energy flow. And then bring those knees back up. And one more centering stretch here with arms up, legs long. And exhale, release. And we'll conclude with our final body scan, taking a moment to check in, softening the muscles around the eyes, that space between the eyebrows. Let your eyes rest in their sockets and your brain in its skull. Let all facial expression release as you relax the jaw. Soften through the neck and throat, across the shoulders, down along the whole spine, from the shoulders to the hips, and then from the hips to the heels. Taking a moment to feel relaxed and soft and at ease within your body. And feel free to stay here as long as you like, but this is where we shall end this second chakra practice. Thank you for watching this second chakra yoga practice. I also have a video that's an informational video all about the second chakra if you want more information, and I'm making videos for each of the chakras independently. Thank you so much for watching.